The 790 Duke, which will be relaunched in 2023, is a whopping €3,000 cheaper than an 890 Duke GP at €8,999 RRP. What the machine, which is completely manufactured in China, can and can't do, Tanya and Dietmar found out during a ride. In contrast to the first 790 Duke presented in 2018, the new 790 Duke is no longer a bargain, but it does quite well in the competitive environment with naked bikes with about 95 horsepower, especially since the equipment is above average. It is available in two colors, orange and gray, and now has either 95 horsepower when open or 48 horsepower as an A2 version. The quality impression of the machine is good. Compared to the 890 Duke, it is not manufactured in China and not in Austria. However, KTM has also put a lot of effort into quality assurance and had the entire production line of the 790 Duke rebuilt in China. The machine is manufactured in CF Moto's production halls. As is well known, he is a cooperation partner of KTM and the cooperation apparently works very well. Here, little has changed compared to the old Duke. As is typical for Street Fighter, you sit sporty and oriented towards the front wheel. The seat height is now 825 mm and the weight is a light 185 kg. The low-mounted handlebar is adjustable. The passenger sits better or more comfortably on the Duke 790 than on many other naked bikes. Nevertheless, the KTM 790 Duke is of course not intended for long journeys for two. The machine has a TFT color display with ambient light sensor and is easy to read. There are 3 riding modes, a detailed onboard computer as well as lean angle sensitive traction control and cornering ABS as standard. The ABS can be parked at the rear in Supermoto mode. Optionally, you can add quickshifter, cruise control, tire pressure monitoring and engine drag control. It is operated via a D-pad on the left of the handlebar and is logical and simple. Pictograms help with the settings, so you can get along without a manual. The clutch and brake levers are adjustable and reach, and KTM has even thought of a steering damper. All controls make a solid and high-quality impression. The lighting equipment of the KTM 790 Duke is completely LED, including the turn signals. There are position lights and daytime running lights, only one hazard warning lights KTM has unfortunately forgotten. The sound of the 790 Duke is typical of a KTM inline twin. Our test bike was equipped with an Aquapovic rear silencer and sounded quite evil. However, since we also like the look of the original stainless steel muffler, we would save ourselves the additional expenses for the Acra. From the very first few meters, it becomes clear that the new Duke has lost none of its original driving pleasure. With its low weight and brisk engine, you get the feeling that the machine always wants to go up at the front when starting off sportily. The 95 horsepower are enough and push the motorcycle forcefully towards the horizon when accelerating. The chassis can keep up with current competitors, although it is not adjustable. The 790 Duke, built in 2023, is actually back on the road like a scalpel and pulls through the curves like clockwork. We didn't have any problems with the brake system either. The machine has a 300 mm double disc at the front with a 4-piston fixed caliper from JO1. It brakes easily and with little manual force, and here too the low weight proves to be a tangible advantage. We also liked the precise gearbox and the quickshifter installed on our test bike. Everything works as it should and you really have to look for points of criticism. The typical Kiska design is still polarizing, either you like it or you don't. In any case, the Duke 790 is immediately recognizable as a KTM, especially from the front when the rider raises his elbows in Street Fighter style. Guys, please don't do this, it looks silly. The new KTM 790 Duke is a sporty naked bike that is a lot of fun. The engine has a lot of punch, the chassis is convincing, the bike sounds great and brakes very well. You don't notice that it's built in China, the impression of quality is good. The gap to the 890 Duke is surprisingly small. We would save the price difference of €3,000 and go for the cheaper 790 Duke.
3, 2, 1. Los geht's. Oh. Ab geht das Füchschen. Und schon fahre ich 100. Mann.